Good evening, everyone. I am Neha, Ambassador of Change for GETI, that is Global Education and Training Institute, founded and conceptualized by Dr. Sunita Gandhi with the vision of disrupting education. We also organize pre-service and in-service training for teachers so that they can actually spearhead this disruptive education movement against the various best practices and regulations of teaching and learning. We also organize deep talks where we invite educators, practitioners, and researchers from around the world to discuss and contemplate these various best practices with us. And today I am very thrilled and honored to have amongst us the very young and dynamic Smriti Mehra, who is a research scholar from the Radha Govind University in Jharkhand. And she mentioned that her specialization is women empowerment and small scale, medium scale industries, that is the MSME sector. And today she's going to talk about exactly that and give us an introduction and give us her thoughts and her own research, her actual real research on this very subject. Very warm welcome to you, Smriti. I'm so glad you have amongst us today. Please, would you like to
So,
introduce your topic? And I'm so sorry, just one second. Would you like to introduce your topic and then take us through this topic in detail?
yeah, sure. So, good evening to one and all, ladies and gentlemen. This is Smriti Mehta, a research scholar from Radha Govind University, Ramgarh, Jharkhand, India. So, basically, today, what we are seeing that we have seen that women entrepreneurship is the most important topic which we are sharing. So we can move ahead with this most important topic because we always listen about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant India. What is innovation? What is creativity? What is entrepreneurship? And we are always talking about the women entrepreneurship. So
Hi, Smriti. Smriti, we cannot
yes,
hear
ma'am.
you. Oh, your
It's
voice was breaking. There was a glitch in the connection, I think.
okay. Okay. I think now I think it's audible, ma'am.
Yes, yes, it's audible. It's absolutely audible.
Okay, and now my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, your screen is visible. You can please take ahead from here now.
And shall I go for the full screen is visible now?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Don't worry.
Okay, so once again, good evening to one and all, and sorry for the technical clinches which may happen due in this technical era, but we all are rely on this only to share our knowledge with each other. So today's agenda of my topic is women entrepreneurship, a roadmap ahead, self-reliant India. So, what is Sun is rising on women entrepreneurship, fostering a self-reliant India. So, how is it begin? So, how we can start the story? So, every story has an end, but in life, every end is a new beginning. And suddenly, you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginning. So, exactly today, I'm not going to only talking about the women entrepreneurship. I would be also discussing about the what is innovation, what is creativity, how we should go for the women entrepreneurship, and what are the barriers coming in the women entrepreneurship, what are the governments providing the services in the women entrepreneurship. So these are the topics we are going to deal today's. So uh, is my screen is changing, ma'am?
You maybe try to change your screen. I think it's visible. Change. Go to the next
Is
slide, maybe.
I think it's not going, so that is the reason I was.
Okay. Try and press the next slide. Okay, you removed it
I
altogether, I think.
I think because this slide was not changing, man. So once again, I have to share screen.
Okay,
I have,
okay.
so let it be. Is it visible? Shall I go with this only, ma'am? Because I think the screen is not visible. It means it's not changing. I'm
Go
facing
to the next
trouble.
slide. It's
Yeah.
visible. It's visible. I can see the next slide now.
Okay. Okay. So now let's start. What is entrepreneurship? As Richard Branson said, finding something frustrating and seeing an opportunity to make it better is what entrepreneurship. When we are found something problem in our society and we are take this decision that now we have to take the leadership and solve this problem, like today in the various organization has come to solve the problem. Like sometimes some research scholars are facing various problems of publications, many other educations are facing that they are not having the must financial difficulties they are facing. So we the leaders have to come up uh, with the idea that so that we can solve this problem which is coming in the society, and that is called the leadership, that is called the entrepreneurship. So what exactly the concept of entrepreneurship defined theoretically? Entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise along with any of its uncertainties in order to make a profit. Yes, the profit is most important. The most prominent example of entrepreneurship is the starting of new business. In economics, entrepreneurship connected with land, labor, natural resources, and capital can generate a profit. The entrepreneurial vision is defined by discovery and risk taking and is an indispensable part of a nation's capacity to succeed in an ever changing and more competitive global world marketplace. So, this is the theoretical concept which is being defined as a concept of entrepreneurship. So, a person who sees a problem is a human being. A person who finds a solution is a visionary. And the person who goes out and do something about it is an entrepreneur, was once said by Naveen Jain. So, what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? So, an entrepreneur is defined as anyone who founds or organizes a business, then continues to be an active participant in the operation of that business. In other words, an entrepreneur is anyone who launches and continues to run their own company. Whereas entrepreneur typically finance their venture via loan, their from investor, their own savings, or money from their families. This highlights the importance of having a solid financial plan in place as well as through understanding of the risk inherent in the enterprise. So, why entrepreneurship is important for women? First of all, if women is going for the women entrepreneurship, they are helping in creating jobs in the economy, in the society. Next, they must need to be innovative so that it is commonly we have listened that do the same thing in a different way. So that is called the innovation. If everybody is following the same rules and regulation, there would be no difference between we and others. So we should always follow some innovative ideas in our ideas so that uh, which can lead for our future growth. We should always, entrepreneurs must have a create a change. We should must have something that, yeah, we should have must idea that whatever we are planning to do, that should create a change in the society. And it's automatically whatever we are earning in as an entrepreneur, we are giving something to the society. So we should have always because we are using the resources of the society, so we must always have the reason to give them return back to the society as much as possible for us. And automatically if you are a woman entrepreneur, it is adding to your national income. There is a lot of bad reason to start a company, but there is only one good legitimate reason, and I think you know what it is. It's to change the world by self by Phil Libin. Exactly said that. There would be a many reasons of how you are going to start the company, how you are going to arrange the funds, how you are going to go for the human resource power, how you are going to go for the machinery equipment, how, yeah, there's so many problems are going to come. But once you think that you are ready to change the world, then you are ready to take the entrepreneurship challenge and go ahead. So why do women become an entrepreneur? Every entrepreneur has their own why I should become the entrepreneur that drove them into being their own boss. Some, whether entrepreneur need more freedom or to make an impact, they all take control of their life by living life on their own terms and so on. Exactly said. Entrepreneur is what? He or she is the person who is the boss of their own self. He has the power to take the decision. He has the power to control their own life, and they are living on their own terms and condition. There is no boss or who is ruling him that you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to work this much hours of work. No, it's you who is going to decide everything, and it's you who is going to run the organization. So completely dependent on you. So the main objective or the bullet points which come out for the how why to become women should become an entrepreneur to change the world. If they don't want a boss. Obviously you want to be work as a leader. They want flexible hours. Obviously there is the, because if you are going for the 9 to 6 job, you are having the fixed hours of job that you have to work, but there is flexibility of hours. It's up to you how much hours you want to work. If you want to work 40 hours, I want to learn every day everything things. Because when you are in a corporate or in a hierarchy, what have been told to you or what have been taught to you, have to follow that only. Something new is not being invented, something new creativity is not done. So you must be a curious attitude and the ambitions. So the entrepreneur always searches for the change, responds to it, and exploit it as an opportunity set by precursor. So it's truly said, entrepreneur always searches for the change. What change I should do in the society, which is going to help the people, and because what opportunity that can be turned into the opportunity. So that is called the entrepreneur. So let's move to the what are the characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. A woman entrepreneur must be persistent enough, that is not giving up, keep on trying, never give up. We should always keep on trying. There will be hurdles in the life cycle of an entrepreneur, ups and downs, but we should keep on trying. We should never fall down. Creative, look at new ways of doing things, developing solution to problem. Always we need to be creative minded, because if you do following the same thing what McDonald's is doing, what everybody is doing, if you're following the same things, you won't be surviving in the world. So you have must always the attitude, or you must need to be creative, that you should do the same thing in a different manner, and always have a problem, because there is no nothing in this world that the problem is not having the solution. So we should always keep on search to find the solution of that particular problem what the society is facing. The women entrepreneurs need to be responsible, doing what you are supposed to do and being held accountable. You should be always responsible enough what you are doing, what you are accountable enough. inquisitive, asking question and seeking answers, curiosity. Always have the inquisitions of asking questions and answers. Independent, able to work or act alone, doing things without supervision. You must be have independent idea and everything work and act alone. Self confident, believe in yourself and your abilities. Always you need to be have self confidence, because you are the entrepreneur. Nobody is going to boost you. You have to be self-informed, because you are the ultimate one who are going to take the decision. So whatever you are planning, you must need to be self-confident enough. Risk taker, not afraid to do new things and take risks. Always, it's true. You must have the risk taking attitude, because if you are afraid of taking the risk, you won't be going to reach high, or whatever your dream you're planning, you won't win. Because it's entrepreneurial journey, there will be ups and downs, and you have to ready to take the risk if you are moving in this journey. And always need to be goal oriented, focused on developing a plan achieving, because we must have an entrepreneur must need to have a goal oriented. There should be a proper planning in the or related to your work, so that you can achieve your goals at the targeted goals. So straight roads do not make skillful drivers. That is what being said by Pilau Clinto Kilo. So always straight roads never give you the skilled one. Until and unless you are going for the ups and downs of your career, of your entrepreneurial journey, then only they are going to. Because when we are kids, we sometimes we achieve good marks in our exams, sometimes we don't achieve it. The life is not end. We should keep on moving. Sometimes we are getting clearing our exams, sometimes we are good getting jobs, sometimes we are not, sometimes we are giving the anything in career which happens. But we are not stopping, we are still moving, and that only make us learn. So we should always be a skillful drivers, because if this road will be straight, if the journey will be smooth, there would be a no one. So that only the a candidate is burnt out, and then only they can become a skillful drivers. So, what are the important skills needed for the successful women entrepreneurs? Problem solving and decision making skills. Uh, a woman entrepreneurs must have the problem solving attitude, the ability to assess the situation and make the, beforehand. You have to the capability to that this problem might arise, or if you're going for any project, you must have first cast that this problem is going to arise. So you must have a pre-planned solution, that if plan A doesn't work, go for B. If B doesn't work, go for C. So this situation, this planning should be done, so that accordingly your whatever your goal is there, you must is going to achieve that goal. Obviously, very most important in today's era, that women entrepreneurs must need to be technical skills, knowledge of computer, how to use them in a productive manner. It's very important in today, because we completely depend on the technology, and we must have this skill. So this is very important. Basic business skills, knowledge of understanding of the economy, what economy is going, what is business function, what is marketing management, digital marketing, everything. Business skills need to, if you are not, because nobody born and they have come to learn. Everybody is learning in this journey of their life only. So we should, if we are not learning, if by born we are not come from the business family, it's not, no, it's okay. We should have we should have the attitude of the learning, because until and until we won't enter, and we would be having a fear that, yeah, this way I can't do, so it won't give you the success. So you must have the always a learning attitude. Though maybe sometimes you may face difficulties, sometimes you may lose the game, but no, it's okay, no problem. We should always having the attitude of learning, then only a good leader is created, a good entrepreneur is being working in this society. Leadership skill, ability to lead and inspire. Yeah, Very important for any entrepreneur to have a leadership skills, because the people working under you, they are following you, they are listening to you, they are working for you. So if you are not giving them a good leadership quality, if they are not supporting you, you can't achieve, because entrepreneurship is not a single person can achieve. It's a group of good team people who is supporting you to make your dream fulfill. So always have a good and a good leadership skills so that they follow you always. And always have to be patient, hard work and commitment. Yeah, we need to be always patient, because every time it's part of life, so we need to be patient and hard, and always be ready for the hard work and commitment. Until and unless there is no hard work, there is no commitment for your projects, for your planning, it won't be getting you a good result. So we should always be a patience enough for, and always ready to be hard work and committed for my our work. So now let's move on to the types of entrepreneurs. Here we are seeing in the pictures the dreamers, the person who is the only dreaming day and night that I will be do this, I will be the do that. Not, but exactly the person is not doing anything. The real deal, who is always planning about the yeah, what funding I should do, yeah, what funding I should go, I should plan nothing, but just he is planning in this mind only. The all talk and no work. There are some person who is always talking but doing nothing, and they are also suggesting in the organization that do that, but exactly the person is not doing. So he can't be a true entrepreneur. And the serial, the person who is always ready to work and give as much as time or as much as energy he can go give for his work to achieve their goal. So there are the following examples of the different types of entrepreneurship, like technologically entrepreneurship, opportunistic entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, incubation, environmental entrepreneurship, cultural, acquisitive, imitative, and cyber entrepreneur. So these are the following examples of the entrepreneurship. And so let's move on to the next slide. Why becoming an entrepreneur? So let's move. Develop an idea for a unique or in demand business. You should always develop an idea which is different and unique, and always the demand in the business, the demand in the society. We should always go for that idea. Learn about and gain experience in a range of business roles, including finance and accounting, management, and marketing. Very important for any entrepreneur, means you have to have a knowledge about the finance, accounting, management, and marketing, because you may be relying on some person, but anything can happen. So you must have the knowledge so that you can have a thorough checkup from your side, so that any mishandle won't happen. So this is very important. Make a business plan and establish a source or sources of funding. Yeah, very important. You must, before going for this journey, you should must have a solid business plan so that you can establish, and accordingly you can go for the sources of funding, where how much capital you want to introduce, how you are going to take the charge, and from where you are going to take the charge. So these are the important things you should must take care of them. Always recruit talented workers and management with the skills needed to develop, test, implement, support, and maintain the company program. Always. You must always go for the talented workers and managers who is not going to bother you, ultimately, who is going to give you the output, ultimately, who is going to support you, and always ready to maintain and support you, the company's product. Devise strategy for launching the product or service and for attracting and retaining customer. Yeah, very important. It's a more zero. Customer is more zero, because any entrepreneur can't achieve without the achieving the the benefit from the customer, because ultimately the goal is that you have to sell your products to the customer. So you must have The good plan and good launching product services and good feedback ways from which you can take away from the customers, so that you can't keep on changing with this dynamic environment and keep on working with the for the what customer is needed, accordingly you are working. Once the company is established, seek out ways to grow revenue by expanding into new areas and product line. Yes, very important. You should, once the company is established, you should go for the revenue generation, and little step by step you should go for the various product lines. So I have no special talents, I am only passionately curious, once said by Albert Einstein. So you should be always have no, there is nobody, every god has not given, everybody is having this special talent. Just you have to find it, and you should be passionate or curiosity among yourselves. So let's give a distinguish between employee and entrepreneur. What is employee versus entrepreneurs? An employee works something to get away from. He is only working that much. He what is going to return. Whereas when entrepreneur is working, something to be excited about. He is excited. Yeah, if he is working, he or she is working, he is every time excited that if I would be completing in this work, I would be getting this much. I will be getting this much. I would be able to help this kind of people. So he is always excited to work, an entrepreneur. But on the other hand, employee is always that he is working that much, that he is getting this much. Only the what he is getting that in serious effort. An employee sometimes something to do for a short period of time. He is always working for a short period of time. Yeah, this much time I will be doing, and this return I will be getting. Whereas entrepreneur, serious is something to do all the time. He's always devoted to do that work thousands of times. If anybody would tell, he is ready to do support something they deserve. Means what the employee should have, what they whatever they are giving in return to the organization, they need something which they deserve. And what the entrepreneurs thought, they wanted to always create something, they wanted to always have an innovator. So that is the entrepreneur. When it comes to income, something to do receive immediately. An employee is always working with the that he wanted to receive immediately. Whereas in what the main goal of the entrepreneur, he is doing to earn later, something to be earned later, because he is knowing that today my hard work is going to give me a best result in upcoming days. So he is always, though in presently he is not doing not earning anything, but he is know that if I focus now, if I do my work now, I will be getting something best in my upcoming days. So he's always deterministic to his goal and always ready to work for his goal. So this was a short difference between the employees and entrepreneurs mindset. So next come to these entrepreneurship and SWOT. What is SWOT? Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Yeah. So what is strength and weakness in the entrepreneurship? Management and staff. Its end user, physical and financial resources are the strength and weakness. And what are the opportunities and threat in the entrepreneurship? The forecast of enterprise opportunity local, within the country, abroad, various financial sources, demographics of peoples and their requirement. So these are the strength and weakness, opportunities and threat of any entrepreneurship journey. So what decision making for development of strategy? What decision making? Determining objective, machinery, material, and men, the most important, acquisition of technology, how we should go for the market creation, incubation center, like providing knowledge and technique, because today's many incubation center has been for the entrepreneurship journey has been started, like Many are there, organized by the government organizations also. So they are helping in creating, even the universities and various colleges also having with the EDP cells, so they are also working to give the entrepreneurship to the entrepreneurs, especially the women entrepreneurs, to give them the skills of the how to go, you go for the knowledge of the technical assistant, how you should use for the digital marketing, how you should go for the line marketing, how should you should file any form, how you should go for the investment. Everything is being taught in these incubation cells. Entrepreneurship network most important, and industries like academia, institute, and industry interface. So let's move on to something new. That is, what is creativity and innovation? Entrepreneurship is always equal to creativity and innovation. What the thing I am talking since starting. Creativity is thinking new things, and innovation is doing new things, which is called entrepreneurship, creating value in the marketplace. So, innovations are new rules and ideas. Always there should be innovation, something invention of something new things, and that should be having innovation, something new with new rules and new ideas. Technological innovation contributes like higher level of economic output also, deliver new goods and services. These can only change the lives of human being and leading to quality. And technology age is equal is competition and knowledge base. So what is entrepreneurship and innovation? Technology and innovation, emerging new products and services, improving our lives in significant ways. So technology is now, as we are emerging with the new product and service, ultimately it is going to make our lives very significant and a quality standard of life which can. So it's about the technology innovation. So let's define few points or few on creativity and innovation. So creativity is thinking new things, the ability to develop new ideas and to discover new ways of looking at problems and opportunity. What we defined as innovation: thinking always new things, ability to develop always new ideas, new ways of looking at the problems and opportunity, always finding new ways how the problems can be turned in our opportunity. And innovation is doing new things, the ability to apply creative solution to those problems and opportunities in order to enhance people's lives or to enrich the society. Innovation, in the other words, is meaning always doing new things, ability to apply creative solution and problems, and always an opportunity to enhance the people life. Most important, the innovative idea should have the importance to enhance the people life and to enrich the society. That is what the innovation is all about. So entrepreneurship succeeded by thinking and doing new things or old things in a new way. That is very important. Succeeding by thinking and doing new things or old things in a new way. So innovation is the ability to apply creative solution to those problems and opportunities in order to enhance people's life to enrich the society, whereas creativity is the ability to develop new ideas and to discover new ways of looking at problems and opportunities, which I already explained. So entrepreneurship is the result of process that applies both creativity and innovation to capitalize the marketplace opportunities. That is why entrepreneurship combines both creativity and innovation to capitalize in the marketplace and to go move ahead with the more and more opportunity. And entrepreneurs are those who marry their creative ideas with the purposeful action and structure of a business. Entrepreneurs, the women entrepreneurs or the any entrepreneurs, is who marry their creative ideas, who needs, like what a couple do. They working, they are living their life together for to face the journey. So the entrepreneur must have to marry their creative ideas with the purposeful action, so that and structure a business so that she or he can live take it for a long run in the society, for the more output, for the more result. So there are some barriers which might come in the innovation and creativity. Searching for the one right answer may happen. Always, maybe you may come in a confusion where you might find that what I should go for, either this or that. So there is always a barrier for searching for the right end. Focusing on being logical. Sometimes if we are entrepreneurship is not about that you always have to be on logical manner. Sometimes logical won't work. You have to follow, you have to be dynamic, and sometimes you have to take decision in changing their tracking, change your track with the and think the things in a different manner. Blindly following the rule, it's not, no. Business or entrepreneur journey is not that you have to follow that what theoretical rules you have learned 2 days back, 5 years back, that is going to work upon today. No, it comes the thing is always changed. 2 3 days or 2 years back, we were always going for the live sessions and live GD docs and everything. But now we are following the rules of the technology, because we have to, and we have to accept these rules, and we have to move forward. Constantly being practical. Always practical won't give the solution. Sometimes you have to be something in emotional way, and something you have to do things in a different manner, in a personal viewpoint. Viewing play as a frivolous, becoming overly specialized, it may happen. Avoiding ambiguity, fearing looking foolish, fearing mistakes and failure, believing that I am not creative. It's not true. You are creative. Just you have to find your creativity, and you have to think in a different manner. It's Everybody is creative. Just you have to work upon you. You have to find yourself. Then only you are going to work for the ultimately you are going to benefit for the society. Great companies start because the founders want to change the world, not make a fast buck. It's true, said. So, what are the four phases to avoid innovation and creativity barriers? So, I have come with these all solutions also, where we can remove these barriers also. Knowledge accumulation. Example: we should always be always ready to accumulate knowledge from whatever the sources, either for going for reading, even from professional conferences where we can, by listening others also, we can learn the top leaders, their books, their writing, their stories. We are learning, talking to the legends who are already reached those level. So with talking also with them, we are learning, because when you are connecting with someone, you are talking, there is some problem solution is also find out. So unless and until you keep in yourself, you won't going to get anything. But when you share the ideas or share the things with her, then only a perfect solution is going to come. So you have to just find the right person from where you can exchange your words and give the idea into a best, and place it in a best manner. Incubation process, like young incubation is organizations are working, which you can work on it and you can have exercise. Idea of eureka experience, usually this phase slowly but surely it formulates the solution. Earlier it was not working, you was following, but once it's changed, he had organization has find the solution. So evaluation and implementation, example prototypes and AI. You should always be evaluative, and you should always evaluate what the thing is, and then accordingly you should always implement in your organization, in your idea, in your plan. So be a goal digger. Why? Carlin Hay-Bilton and Carlin in 1984 extended a hand specified counter ideas, saying that entrepreneur introduced new good ideas, introduced new services, introduced new methods of production, open new markets, open new sources of supply, and reorganize the industries. So once it is said by these people have extended their said these words, that he or she is going for the new goods, new services, new methods of production, open new market, new sources of supply, and reorganize the industry. So, what are the four types of innovation we shall talk about? That invention, described as a creation of a new product and service or process. Invention means what the new product or services you are going to come up with the idea. Extension, the expansion of a product, services, or brand, means how you can take him to the long run. And duplicate, defined as replication of an already existing product, service, or process. If you're finding any something similar to that, how you can go to the change something in different manner, do the same things in the same manners, it's a kind of that thing. And synthesis is the combination of existing concept and factor into a new volume, means what is running in the market and what is your idea, uh, gives some new formulation, some new solution, that is called the synthesis. So now, what is invention versus innovation? Let's move on. Translation of a creative idea into a useful application. The first step, analytical planning, to identify what we have to, what products design, market strategy, and financial need. Organizing the resources to obtain material, technology, human resource capital, and then implementation to accomplish organized product design, manufacturing services, and then commercial application to provide value to customers, rewards for employees, revenues posted, investors satisfaction for the founder. So this is the invention versus innovation, the transition of creative idea into a useful application. The following step we have moved forward. So let's move on the most important thing. Now, what the young entrepreneur, young woman entrepreneur might have planning for the what is startup. So let's define turns idea into, if you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. What is the exactly say? A startup is a young company founded by one or more entrepreneurs to develop a unique product or service and bring it to market. By its nature, the typical startup tends to be a shoestring operation with initial funding from the founders or their friends and family. What a theoretical concept about the startup is being explained here. And what are the key takeaways you can? A startup is an entrepreneurial venture in search of enough financial backing to get off the ground. The first challenge for a startup is to prove the validity of the concept to potential leaders and the investor. And the startup is always risky propositions, but potential investors have several approaches to determining their value. Yeah, it's true. Startup is always risky, but the potential people, the potential leaders is going to take away for the long run. So some of the startup scalable goal means the goals of startup entrepreneurs typically include about the innovative product or service, venture capital funding, talented staff, strong marketing and sales strategy, rapid operational growth, return on investments. So these are the points which we typically include in the for the scalable entrepreneurs having a vision for the large scale. So it's not too late to start. We, some people having that we have achieved, we have reached to 50 years or 60 years, we can't go for this entrepreneur journey. No, but it's not. When when at the age of 65 Harlan Sanders can start his KFC, why we can't? When Coca-Cola invented by John Pemberton in 55. Why we can't do? When McDonald by Ray Kroc is invented in 52. Why we can't do? If Zipcar is invented at the 42 age by Robin Chase, Cargill List Cargnamak is founded by at the age of 42, Intel by Robert Nilsson at the age of 41. So why we can't do? Anybody can do. It's not the thing that you have achieved your 50 age or 60 age, you can't be now entrepreneur. It's the self determination that who is going to decide your creative idea, your innovative idea is going to start your entrepreneur journey. So there is not always too late. The thing is that you should always have the will to start, and ultimately you will be able to achieve your targeted goal. So this, there is no tool. So entrepreneurship should distinguish and discriminate with innovation and technology. Let's talk about the what are the entrepreneurs should distinguish or discriminate with the innovation and technology. Future point of view always should keep in mind future estimation, what you are estimating for the future, how long product future lies, how much how long your product must lies. That should be a clear picture on your mind. Understanding future dimension, product prospect, market observation, entrepreneurship and customer centric design. You should have a habits, needs, traditions and culture that should be also follow. Diversification in manufacturing and trading. Yeah, it may happen because with the trend, you have to be always be faster in your manufacturing process, so you have to be keep on changing. Use of technology optimum level to mitigate the cost. Yes, very important. You should be using the technology so that you can your costs, other costs should be reduces. Environment biases and income basis contribute of value addition, compactness, customer requirement, and product availability. So these are the following points which distinguish or discriminate with the innovations and technology. So strategy flow from idea to commercialization. How the strategy is going to flow from idea to commercialize. Innovation, differentiation, and followership leads to business strategy, which includes investment and earning. And investment include design, manufacturing, marketing, support services. And earning includes revenue, margins, quality or regulatory. Earnings are basically revenue and margins. And successful entrepreneurs need to balance the innovation intensity and product profitability, because we should not be always that much means that the thing is that your product must be bought by the customer, so you should work upon accordingly with your with your product. So next move on to the entrepreneurship and business model. So this is a business tree which I have found from the digital platform. So entrepreneurship and business model, it's a pathway to a company's profitability. Business strategy covers planning and ICT, that is information communication technology use. Business model, business architecture, and e-business opportunity. What is the process of business? Initiative, process of e-business. And process of business covers initiative, process of e-business. It's repeated, I think. So business model components. What are the main important component? Investment is in equipment, working capital, and perpetual operation. And cost planning is estimation and assumption. What is your estimated and how much it may cost you. And sales volume and revenue projection, how you are going to plan your sales and how your revenue can be projected from your sales. And profit return, what the ROI, return on investment, means what are the output you are getting after your investments. And funds and cash flow, these are the following points and more important components for the business plan. So it's a line set by Scott Belsky that it's not about ideas, it's about making ideas happen. If you keep on thinking that I would be doing this, I would be doing that, but if you, until and unless you are not implementing, how you are going to achieve? So you have to implement your ideas and make it happen, so that it can, from virtual to practical life, it would come and you are able to enjoy that journey. So while initiating enterprises, you should keep on this point important, like selection of leader for project entrepreneur, group of right people as team. There should be a project verification, a proper verification of your project. Identify the targeted customers, very important, very most important. Before launching a product, or before working in your, you should must always have the idea about the targeted customer who is going to buy your product. Observe the required competencies, knowledge, skills and motive, that is the most important. The nature and capacity of the project, what is the kind of nature of the, and how much it's the capacity, how much it's go for. Assess market condition while you are bringing the product, how the market is going to react, how how, what feedback you are getting, then these two be these ideas should be come up, and these planning should be made. What are the political and economic environment you should also check upon, because it's very important, and what are the technological initiatives can be taken upon. So accordingly you can go for the initiative. There is also a dark side of entrepreneurship, very important. So the entrepreneurship confrontation with risk. So financial risk versus profit return motive varies in entrepreneurs' desire for wealth. Careers risk, loss of employment security, because your career is also in risk, because you're completely reliant. But risk is there. No worries. We have to move on. Family and social risk, competing with the commitments of the work and family. Yeah, it's happened. Yeah, if you are planning, if you are going for the entrepreneur, it's not necessary that you will be going to give you because you have come up with the idea, you have come up with the some problem, and you are working for those problem solution. So it might happen you might couldn't able to much give time to the family, and so it's no way. If the people are working together, if the people are working, then definitely you are going to, the help of your family, with the help of your work commitment, with the help of your team, you are going to achieve those risks. Physic risk, like psychological impact of failure on well-being of the inside. It might happen that you may, for due to risk, you may psychologically impact you, your health issue, but it's okay. It's a part of the journey. You have to move on. You should always ready to move on. So always ready to move on. So entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life with, like most people can't. It's true, said Mark Zuckerberg, and we are talking about many other leaders. They, in their time, they have worked in the workshop, and they are working like 16 to 17 hours, and they have done a very hard work in their time. And now they are seeing the growth. They are the top global leaders of this world. So now they are living, which the life is most people can't afford also. So in the starting you have to work hard, very much you have to work hard, so that anybody can't work. And at the end, you will be at the next journey step of your life, you will be finding that most people can't afford also to live life like you. So you should be doing with this attitude, you have must need to be, and you should keep your mindset that accordingly you have to go for this entrepreneur journey. So why? Let's move on. The passion key thriving as an entrepreneur. Like passion inspires the vision of your business, even if it is nice, then no one has done before. Yeah, true say. Passion inspires the vision of your business, and even if it's nice, then no one has done before. True. It attracts the right customer to your business. Yeah. Helps you build an authentic brand and brand story. Always it will be an authentic way, whatever you are working upon, it will be your authentic original and a brand story. Always we should always work upon, there should be every work, should be every product needs to be updated, because it attracts the customer. So we should always work upon the brand story also. It's very important, because people love to listen story. So if you give them the best service with the loving story, they will definitely going to buy your products or wanted to use your product. Passion helps bring you clarity in times when you feel stuck or uncertain. Sometimes it may happen you might feel stuck or uncertain, but passion will definitely find a path in your journey. Passion helps us to set a solid foundation for your business and establish a core value. What is your core value? That is going to you can establish. Passion gives you the motivation and confidence that you need to deliver your mission and purpose for what you do and why you do it. Always passion give us you the mission and purpose, that why you have joined the enter this journey and why you want to do it. So it always going to motivate you and give you the confidence. Passions helps you to network with the right people who shares the similar perspective. Yeah, you will be always connecting to those people who is from where you are going to get the knowledge, where you are going to get something to learn. always you will be connecting to the right person, not with the people who is always talking about the negative things and with negative minding. You will be always attracted to the positive minded people, self determined, confidence people who and always who is ready to support you. Passion helps you own your space and become an expert in what you do. Yes, it will make you expert in what you are doing. It helps you in create authentic content that resonates with the writer. Yeah, passion always give you the skill that you, whatever the content you are creating for your customer, it would be a true, it would be a non-plagiarized, and automatically the right audience will attract to your content, to your product. Passion sets you apart from the competition. Yeah, it's true. When you are passionate enough, the competitors are nowhere, because it's make your own standards in the competition. So you are at the, or your confidence and your motivation reaches you at the top, and they are gonna turning, but you are having a own standard, your set your own scale, your own space, and you're working accordingly. So there are the few entrepreneurs idea I have collected, so which we can which any woman entrepreneur can start his journey as a startup entrepreneur. There are so many ideas you can pursue depending on the business skills you already have and what you are willing to learn. Here are the handful of business ideas to get started, like e-commerce store owner, freelancer like blog accountant or designer, teaching online courses or as author, app creator, chatbot, social media apps, service based industry like food delivery, cleaning, dog walking, etc., customer consultant based business like wedding planner, life coaches, etc., apartment rentals, marketing business like influencer marketing, search engine optimization, brands, PR firms, affiliate marketing, Amazon affiliate, etc. These are coming with these in marketing business. Blogger like product reviews, niche blogging, magazine vlogger, start a YouTube channels, translator, real estate agents, photographer, product photography, sell photos, stockbroker, tutor, reseller. So these are the few examples which really working in this era, and we can anybody can plan. So let's moving on the self-reliant India movement and opportunity for young women entrepreneur. There are 5 pillars of self-reliant India, structured by the mm, our government. So economy is quantum jump, not incremental changes. Infrastructure, one that represent modern India, and system covers technology driven. Demographic covers vibrant demography to the largest demography, and demand, full utilization of power, demand and supply. So these are the 5 pillars of self-reliant India, and which and an opportunity for the young woman entrepreneur. So be the change that you wish to see in the world. And 5 eyes, which is built for the self-reliant India, nurturing women, that is intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure and innovation. That is 5 eyes which has been. So like these are the points which is going to work upon, and if any women entrepreneurs is planning, so planning for the women entrepreneurship journey. So these are the things, these are the business models, these are the ideas, these are the characteristics, these are the features, these are the types of business, startup ideas, what is innovation, creativity, everything is covered. Now we are coming to the issues to consider in promoting women entrepreneur. What are the issues that is coming in the society for the promoting women entrepreneurship? What is the role of government in enhancing the productive capacities of the women? Considering women entrepreneurs leading role in managing environmentally sustainable business, how can we use their example to make a green approach to business the norm across the economy? How can women entrepreneurial activities be scaled up? How do we take these form from the level of the informal sector to the formal sector of the economy? And how can we improve the competitiveness of the women entrepreneurs? and how can we overcome societal and internal barriers to women entry to the market. So these are the from means issues that we need to consider and we should have to work upon regarding women entrepreneurship. So there is a key policy recommendation which I had worked upon in this my PPT related to the above problems, like increasing the ability of women to participate in the labor force by ensuring the availability of affordable childcare and equal treatment in the workplace. Listen to the voice of women entrepreneurship. Incorporate a women's entrepreneurial dimension in the formulation of all SME related policy. Promote the development of women entrepreneur networks. Periodically evaluate the impact of any SME related policy on the success of women owned business and the extent to which such business take advantage of them. Improve the factual and analytical underpinnings of our understanding of the role of entrepreneurs in the economy, make them technology upgraded, and improve our funding agency for women. So these are the key recommendations we should which we should work accordingly. We should work, and this is our my recommendation bring out from my side, which if it is followed, then we can find most of the solutions regarding. So women are the foundation of the general public, while making of a nation riches and its dynamism relies on the seriousness of its form, which thirstily depends essentially on the top capacity of its business visionary Carvillo, Dipro, and Rio 2000. And along these lines, it very well may be said that women business visionaries likewise assume a key job in the financial advancement of our nation. So, these are the secret ingredients which, for a woman who would be always keep in mind. Never say die attitude. Never say I having a die attitude. Always be on networking. Always be mentoring the always be on mentor to the poor people working on a support from the family and ecosystem intervention. So these would be the secret ingredients for women success. And these are the following financial schemes for the micro units, which is which is being given supported by the government for boosting women entrepreneurs, like Mudra Scheme, Yojana, Trade, Mahila Udyami Nidhi Scheme, Shri Shakti Package for Women Entrepreneurship. So they are supporting in some financial manner. They are working for having a startup journey in the MSME sector. So with this, I'm concluding that financial empowerment of the woman is the most reasonable answer for incorporate ladies to the formative objective of the country and Atmanirbhar Bharat. The idea of vocal for local is conceivable just when women whose populace is practically 50% of the absolute aggregate are made to be piece of the program and partake similarly as far as monetary exercise. The Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan is an opportunity for the women entrepreneurs, for new companies to assume responsibility for the advancement for which we are normally reliant upon the worldwide providers. So women have the full freedom to work and prosper from the moment they go out of their home. They are women being. Businesswoman has the same weight as a businessman. So in earlier also I said this word said by Mahatma Gandhi, that be the change that you wish to see in the world. So in sum up, entrepreneurship is the process of starting and developing a company with the aim of delivering something new or improved to the market, or by organizing the means of production in a superior way. The process is principally organized through the foundation of a startup company, is managed by entrepreneurs, often under considerable personal and financial risk, and is temporary in duration as a phase on a business life cycle. A key distinction between startup and other small or young businesses is an aspiration, realized or not, to substantially grow. As company mature out of the startup phase, they evolve into sustainable business, are acquired or sold to public investor, or decay and may eventually shut down as new companies start up and their take place. So with this, I am concluding, And thank you so much. So there is no limitation to what you can achieve if you can believe in yourself. So thank you with this.
Just 1 second, ma'am. Uh, that was wonderful, Smriti. Thank you so much. As while I was watching your presentation, I had a couple of questions, but with every next slide, you kept answering my questions. So I am now left with no question, basically. I think you covered a lot of aspects from women empowerment to how they can you can empower them, and to how they could actually empower themselves by donning some characteristics and running their own businesses. But before we wrap up, I just have one question for you. What would be your advice to teachers and parents to, do something in the direction of women empowerment, or maybe, inspire students and young girls to take up entrepreneurship, even if they're science students? And what can we as the education sector do to empower women later on in life?
Uh, Thank you, ma'am, for this question. As women entrepreneurship, we are talking about. So it's like while we are teaching, means teachers are the most important person in our any student's life, because he
Absolutely.
or she is guiding their teacher. He or she is nurturing these students, he, she,
Absolutely.
or she. So, first, I would be guiding that first the teachers and educationalists should learn why entrepreneurship is important. Then only they are going there to their students and they would be motivating them to, yeah, you have the potential to work as an entrepreneur, because you will be the one who is going to change the economy. You will be the one who will going to solve the problem. You will be the one who is going to find the solution. You will be the one who is going to give this job to the society. You will
Absolutely.
be the one who is going to many poor family can be relying on you, and you are giving them some financial support to them. So very
Absolutely.
important for all educationalists that first they need to learn why entrepreneurship is important, so that they can nurture in their students life that how why entrepreneurship is important, and automatically there will be a transformation in the society, and students will be going to the adaptation of the entrepreneur journey, and they will be ready to finding the solution of the problems of the society. So this what my
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a very wonderful summation. I think now we have covered everything: how teachers can inspire girls to empower them for businesses and small scale industries and entrepreneurship, and then later on how women can do the same for themselves, so that they can actually
yeah
be self-reliant and independent entrepreneurs driving change. So I think that was a very wonderful talk. Thank you so much for joining us, Smriti, today, this evening,
thank
and
you.
giving us such a detailed. I think this has been one of the most detailed talks of mine. I think you delved into so many aspects that I was left with no questions. I kept cutting all my questions. Okay, this is answered, this is answered, this is answered. So thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
joining me today. And thank you so
Yeah,
much for being such a kind uh, participant today. Thank you so much,
yeah,
and I hope to
thank
see
you.
you again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.